right, welcome to the Eso-Tarot Talk. Today we're going to go over tarot cards. So if you've ever been curious about tarot, if you want to learn about tarot, this is the series for you. It's going to be a most likely 5-part series. We're going to go over each suit of tarot and then the major arcana. So there are 56 minor arcana cards and 22 major arcana cards for a total of 78 cards. The suits are going to be the cups, the pentacles, the swords, the wands, those are all minor arcana, and the major arcana, which is the face cards. All right, you guys, so in this episode, we are going to be talking about I was going to say the cups, but you know what? We're actually going to start with the swords. We're going to kind of work our way down the body because tarot actually kind of loosely follows, if you think about it, your chakra system. Because tarot is all about you and your journey and you as a person, okay? So the swords card is everything cerebral, so headspace. So we're talking from here up. That is going to be your swords. So everything that is communication, that involves your throat, so your throat chakra, your intuition here with your third eye, your thought process, your like everything in your brain, everything that is here up is going to be the suit of the swords. All right, so we're going to go through them. We're going to talk about them. So buckle in, sit down, grab a pen and paper if you want to write down notes. If you have questions of me after each of these series, go ahead and ask it in the comments. I am happy to answer to the best of my ability. I have been reading tarot for over 13 years now. I'm not going to tell you how old I am. So let's get in, let's strap in, and let's talk about the suit of swords. All right, you guys, so the first is we have the Ace of Swords. Aces are new beginnings. Sorry for any noises. I do have my windows open. It's a nice day, so I'm sorry about that. So aces, every ace and every minor arcana are the suits in regards to swords, cups, pentacles, and wands, starts off with the ace. The aces are new and renewed energy. New energy in regards to that with the aces, it's that aha moment, that light bulb that goes off in your head, that grandiose idea, that spark of understanding. It does absolutely represent a conversation that you're having with another person. Truth, kind of a justice type of energy as well. So the aces are that new and renewed energy. When we're talking about renewed energy, I am never, ever, ever, no matter what suit that we're talking about, never talking about the old crusty renewed. It is brand new to you, even if it's renewed. So let's talk about maybe a friend comes back into your life after being gone for many, many years. That's a renewed energy. But that friend and you, your relationship, your bond has now changed for the better. It seems new to you. You're not following into the old habits. Maybe you guys used to argue a lot, what have you. Maybe you guys had some tension. That's gone. This is a new energy, even if somebody is coming back into your life, okay? Two of Swords. This is all about decisions. It is thinking this or that energy. This woman has a blindfold on her face. If she were to take off the blindfold, she's going to be influenced by those around her. So she purposely put on this blindfold so that she can just live in her head for the moment, sit with her thoughts, and decide what path to take, what decision to make, whatever kind of a decision it is, no matter what it is. This is all energy. It can apply, by the way, in any aspect of your life. So we're talking friendships, family, relationship, romantic relationships, self-work, inner work, work, finances, literally anything you can think of, that's Oliver, has these energies, okay? But we are talking cerebral, so this is the thought process of trying to or needing to make a decision. Three of Swords, the cringe card, right, everybody? Three of Swords is heartbreak. It is disappointment. It is being let down. It is hurting in the heart space, but again, it is cerebral. Even though we do have the heart here, It's cerebral. So it is thinking about the disappointment. It is being let down and saying, oh my gosh, what happened? Reflecting back on the, incident that happened. Thinking about how do you move forward? How do you heal? It is a very cerebral card. Most people do get it confused with the heart space. It's not in the heart space. It's in the head space. So it's thinking about what happened. It is figuring out how to heal. The lesson behind the Three of Swords is to stop, think, and figure out how to pull these swords out of your own heart so that you can heal. So this is that thought process of healing. All right, you guys, I know nobody likes to see this card. I am giving you on all of these a very general overview. If you want deeper insights, follow my page, Enchanted Mystic Oracle. I do a daily card pull, and then we talk about whatever card comes out more in depth and all of the things that it could mean, okay? So this is a very general, just to kind of get you started and introed into tarot so you know what these cards mean. So if anybody on social media or otherwise shows you a card and says, love is coming, you can be like, heck no, it's not. So you empower yourself so that you know that you're getting the best and most accurate reading, okay, you guys? So then we have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is the healing of the Three of Swords. So you go in succession, right? So first you had that and you're thinking about how to heal, and now you're actually taking that action here in that brain space on how to heal. If you notice, not coincidentally, you have the Three of Swords right above you, and you have the first, or the Ace of Swords underneath you. Remember that aha moment, that thinking about something, that brainstorming? So you are in process. This is all about rest, relaxation, meditation, and healing. You are healing from whatever hurt you with that Three of Swords, right? In the stained glass window, you have two people. It's hard to kind of see, I'm sorry. But you have two people. One person is giving another person a blessing. That is to show you that the sun will come out tomorrow. Everything will be okay. It is a blessing in disguise. Whatever happened here, you are going to heal from. You're going to be okay. All right, you guys, rest, relaxation, meditation, and healing. Then we have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is winning at all costs. Sometimes you're this person and sometimes you're these people. So this person has 3 swords in his hand because he stole all these different swords right here, and he's like, haha, they're in an argument, they're in a battle, and they all have a sword, right? Well, this guy picks up 2 extra swords and he's like, I have more swords than you, I'm gonna win. He's kind of not doing things fairly. Again, that's the winning at all costs aspect of things. He's undercutting, especially with this being swords. Remember, we have anything throat chakra and talking. So this could be that argument, and it's very, very cutting and biting. Things that you say that maybe later on you regret. That is a Five of Swords energy. It's never an easy argument there. But so sometimes you're this person. The lesson is to not be this person. These people here have given up. They said, you know what? This is not a fair battle. This is not a fair fight. You said things that are really hurtful. We're out. We're dipping out. So they throw down their swords and they're walking away from this guy. So either you could be walking away from somebody who's treating you this way, or you could be this person treating others this way. And the lesson from this card is don't be like that. Don't be a Richard. All right, you guys. So this is an argument card, biting, cutting, winning at all costs, kind of an icky feeling, right? We don't like that. Five of Swords. Again, that could be you or somebody that you're dealing with. We then have the Six of Swords, right? We're going through the cards here. We have the Six of Swords, which is moving on to calmer shores, moving on from rough waters into calmer waters. You're taking the knowledge, remember, swords, knowledge, cerebral. You're taking the knowledge and the wisdom that you have learned along the way. You're taking that with you and you're sailing off to smooth shores. We like this card. It's kind of a card, right? We then have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords gets a bad rap. So most people say this is the lying, cheating, and stealing card. And while it is the lying, cheating, stealing card, this card gets a bad rap because all golden cards in tarot, so anything that has a golden background, I'll give you the Fool, for example, golden or yellow. Here's another great example. The Chariot. See the golden background? It's yellow. We call it golden. They are inherently good cards. So here's the thing. Yes, this guy, the story behind him is he is in a battle, in a war with this other party way back here in the distance. What he decides to do is think out of the box. This is what this card is all about, is thinking out of the box, doing something differently, and staying quiet about it until the time is right. That's where people kind of get the lying, cheating, and stealing. He is stealing these swords. So what he did is he went to the enemy camp in the nighttime. He stole their swords, being sneaky and being quiet, doing something out of the box, because he's like, I don't want to go to war. What can I do to stop this? He went and he stole their swords. He's now sneaking off back to his camp and essentially won the war without actually going to battle. That is what this card truly is about. Again, yellow cards, golden cards, are inherently good cards. He is thinking out of the box. He's doing something differently. He is staying quiet and secretive, yes, but it is for the greater good. It is for something that, you know, is a good thing. He doesn't want to go to war. He doesn't want to go to battle. And so he's trying to do something a little differently to save himself and everybody else. Okay, you guys, this card gets a bad rap. It can, depending on the cards around it, mean lying, cheating, and stealing in a negative form. But it depends solely on the cards that come around this. So if this was a death card, or a 10 of swords, or a 3 of swords that we just talked about, if that is accompanied with this card, you can get the essence of the negative connotation of lying, cheating, and stealing. All cards in tarot do have negatives and positives when you look at them, and they do take on a slightly different meaning when you look at the cards around it that come out in a spread. But that's why we will get into another Eso-Tarot Talk about how to interpret multiple cards. Today, we're just talking about the singular energies of each card. I also, for your reference, I do not read reversals. I never have in my 13 years of tarot because I trust that the universe gives me the exact cards I need to relay the story to either myself, friends, family, or clients that want to book a reading with me. You can book a reading with me, EnchantedMysticOracle.com, if you want to. So, yes, there can be negative connotations, but it depends on the cards around it. And that is another Eso-Tarot Talk for another day. We're just going over the Suit of Swords right now. We then have the 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords is your own mental imprisonment. Again, swords are cerebral, as we talked about before. This is all about mental imprisonment that you have placed yourself in that you can always get out of. That is the lesson behind this. If you see, this woman is lightly bound with ribbon. It's not even rope, you guys. It's ribbon, and a ribbon around her eyes. She thinks she is surrounded by these 8 swords. She has 1 foot on land and 1 foot in water. So that is talking about she needs to find balance in her life. She needs to find the yin and the yang. She also needs to just kind of wiggle, and those ribbons will fall off. She can take off the blindfold and see that she's actually not trapped by these swords. They're kind of to her side and maybe a little bit behind her, but she's got a clear path in front of her. She will never see that clear path unless she takes off the blindfold and wiggles out of those binds. Those binds are there. She's letting them stay there because it is your own mental prison, right? So the lesson behind the 8 of Swords is to take the blindfold off, wiggle the little ribbon down, and realize that you're not actually trapped in the situation. There is a way out. There is a solution. There is this balance in front of you. So don't keep yourself trapped. That is the lesson behind the 8 of Swords. We're almost there. You guys hang in there. We only got a few cards left in the Suit of the Swords. We have the 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords is a dead, done, and over card. The 10 of Swords talks about betrayal. It talks about disappointments. Again, just like the 3 of Swords has a disappointment behind it. This is a stabbed in the back, a betrayal energy. And the thing is, you can't get any lower than the 10 of Swords. He is done. But if you look right here, he's actually making a hand symbol with his hand that the Hierophant makes, and I will show you that when we get to Major Arcana, but they're making the same symbol, and it is a symbol for blessings. It is a symbol for, basically, this is a blessing in disguise. Also can see that the sun is actually starting to rise in the background of this card. It means the sun will come out tomorrow. There's no lower that you can get besides this card, and so the only way up from here, or only way out from here is up. Things will get better. So with this card, yes, it's an ending. Yes, it can be a disappointment. Yes, somebody can have betrayed you. Again, we're talking cerebral. So this is in your own mind. It is like, this is dead, this is done, this is over with. But it is a blessing in disguise. The sun will come out tomorrow and things will get better from here. All right, you guys. You know what? I skipped a card. I am so sorry. That was the 10. We're backtracking to the 9. I can't believe I didn't catch that. The 9, so we're backtracking a second. The 9 of Swords is the Nightmare card. So now you can see where we went. We went from mental imprisonment to the Nightmare card, then to the 10 of Swords. So sorry about that. So the 9 of Swords is mental imprisonment as well, but it's kind of the Nightmare card. It's basically, if you have not released yourself from this energy, you get the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords is, you're going through something, it is really, really on your mind, bothering you, a horrible thing that you're just like, oh my gosh, you can't let it go. You perseverate on it, it's in your brain. You go to sleep, you have nightmares about it, you wake up, you realize you're still not out of this situation. That's why it's called the Nightmare card. This guy right here has a comfort blanket on in bed, and that is representing that he is almost staying in this energy because he doesn't know any better. And it's sometimes even the worst of situations is comforting to us because it's all we know. So the lesson behind both of these cards, the 8 and the 9, is to release yourself from this mental imprisonment, from this mental stress, the anguish, the agony, so that you don't have the nightmares continue and you're able to move forward. Then we get to the 10 of Swords. We already talked about the 10 of Swords. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't even notice. I was so entrenched in telling you about the cards. We get to the Page of Swords. So now we have the Court cards. We did 1 through 10, and then we have Pages, Knights, Queens, and Kings. Those are the Court cards of the Minor Arcana. The Page of Swords is all about, pages are all about the messages. They bring the messages. It is a smaller energy. So think of them as the little pages running around the courts, delivering the messages from the kings and the queens to the other lands, to the other things, little messages that they go, okay, here, you know, this can represent, again, with cerebral energy. It is research, learning things, knowledge. It is communication. So everything to do with DMs, emails, phone calls, text messages, FaceTime, any form of communication that you can have with another person or a group of people would be the Page of Swords. That is messages coming through back and forth. Plain and simple, pretty self-explanatory with the Page of Swords because of that message aspect of things. All right, you guys? So message bringers, learning about things because it is cerebral, and lots of communication, okay? Then we have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is the fastest moving knight in the tarot with the knights. He is action. So the knights bring action. Pages bring messages. Knights bring action. He is charging forth with his sword of truth, sword of knowledge, sword of communication, and doing the thing. All right. So it is action. It is somebody taking action on the thing, whatever it is, cerebral communication wise. We have the Queen of Swords. The Queen represents everything embodied in regards to truth, justice, and fairness. She is there to listen to you. She has her hand up. She wants to hear the truth from somebody else. She wants to hear that, but she has her sword there ready to just cut them off if they need to be cut off and cut out of her life. So she is fair, she is balanced, but she is ready to cut you out at a moment's notice, but not without warning, because again, she's ready to listen to and get the truth. Remember, truth, cerebral communication. She's ready to hear the truth, ready to gather all of the facts, ready to hear all of that information. But if it's something she doesn't like, she's not going to stand for it. She can be a little not so nice, bitchy energy, but It's with reason. She doesn't just jump out. Because she's the queen, she's not, this is never unhinged energy. Queens never, no matter what suit you're talking about, never represent unhinged energy. Because they are the queen, they have a mastery of this suit, any suit that they are, right? And finally, last but not least, is the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is, again, talking about mastery of energy. He has mastered all of this suit for, obviously here, these reasons, the suit of swords. And he is fair, kind, balanced. The queen and the kings of each suit are very similar, very complementary to one another. They both do represent balance and like the mastery of the suit, but this is the softer energy. This is the feminine energy of that, and this is the more masculine energy of it. Don't get panties in a twist. We all have masculine and feminine energy within us, okay? We never talk about genders here because genders do not matter here. Everybody is welcome, included, and I love you all. We talk about energy here, okay, you guys? It's always energy. So when we look at a male or a female character on a card, please just flip the gender as needed for yourself, or non-binary, fluid. It doesn't matter, because again, once again, we always in tarot talk about the energy of something. So the energy of the masculine is our left side. Let me move Binks here. Is our left side. It is our more masculine side. So the King of Swords is that mastery of the swords. He is calm, he is cool, he is collected, he is very cerebral, he is very calculated, he is very, Binks is here again, he is very facts driven, and just like the queen, he is ready to hear all of the facts, all of the information before making his decision. He too will cut you out at a moment's notice, but he's gathered all that facts. He does not take, let me move Binks one more time. He does not take any baloney. Trying not to curse here. He does not take any baloney from anybody. And he will make the decisions as needed. Again, the queen and the king in minor arcana of every suit is very, very similar to one another. You just have the softer side of it and the more masculine side of it. And again, these guys apply to me just like they apply to you. So that is the suit of swords in a very general, quick overview. I know you've been sitting here with me for a while. That's the quickest I could do it, you guys, to kind of wrap up the general energies of each of these cards. We are going to do another series next. The next one will be the cups, the heart space, and we will talk about all of the cups and what they represent. If you like what I do, don't forget to hit comment, or don't forget to hit like, comment, share this, repost it, send it to a friend, tag a friend, all the things. If you want to get a reading from me, EnchantedMysticOracle.com. We can do a one-on-one Zoom meeting and read your cards, talk about anything you want to talk about. Otherwise, you don't have to do any of that. Just hit follow. Give me a follow. That's totally free to do so, and you can learn more about tarot and get your daily energy check-ins. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. I will see you next time for the next Eso-Tarot Talk for the Suit of Cups. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Blessed be. Bye, guys.